to make sure that this is heard. So, this channel and its information are protected by and operate underneath the guise of the Fair Use Act. It will be used for criticisms, reporting, possible teachable moments, reviews, and commentary. So, hey, YouTube and anybody else who gets butthurt, do not come copyright striking my channel. Also, everything in this video is allegedly according to what has been alleged. Even if we hear them say it with our own two ears, watch it come out of their own mouths, or watch the act, or in this case, see it in court documents, everything is still an allegation, and it is alleged, and it is allegedly, okay? The video is allegedly. I know the word is alleged, or alleged. Alleged, allegedly. Allegations. All of that in here. Okay. So now let's get back to it. Let's jump back into it. So now the reason why I decided to do this is not just because you guys have asked me to jump down the rabbit hole of Wack 100. It is because he does too much online. Okay. He's always in somebody else's business, wants to expose everyone else for their wrongdoings or shady business dealings or whatever the case may be. But no one is really pulling on him. Yes, they pulled the information that said that he was an informant, but there's other levels and layers to Wack. And some of this stuff has been right out in the open in front of our eyes, but no one has really been paying attention to it. But shout out to the Henny PIs. Y'all drop some Henny glasses in the chat for the Henny PIs who'll be behind the scenes PIing. Because without them, this video would be severely delayed if I had to pull all this information on my own. Because let me tell y'all, let me give y'all a little hot Henny on all of this stuff, okay? Once you go down this rabbit hole, it goes off into so many different layers and directions. It begins to pull so many other people into the equation of things. And I don't know who this person is that is requesting money from me on Cash App, but you're not finna get no money out of me. You're not getting no money out of me. I don't know you, sir. Anywho, there's so many people that are involved, right? That I have to tell you, there's gonna be people that they're gonna get the shots fired. They're gonna catch these strays. I'm trying to tell you because I'm shooting. I'm shooting. And I ain't taking no prisoners. Like I'm sorry. I'll give an apology. But that's like this incident that we're going to get into today. Someone's going to catch a stray. And the person who is going to catch a stray is going to be none other than Jayceon Taylor. If you do not know who Jayceon Taylor is, that is the game. So the game, you gonna catch this stray, baby. I'm so sorry you finna catch this stray. Okay. All right. So back in 2015, there was an allegation that was made against the game and a lawsuit that was brought up against him. For those of you who don't remember, the game did have a show called She Got Game, where it was a dating show and the contestants were fighting for the affections of Mr. Taylor. During the filming of that show, there was a young lady by the name of Priscilla Rainey. Now, Priscilla Rainey alleges that the game essayed her. Not our word, but essayed. And I'm gonna, I don't want to pull up the lawsuit too much. We can save that for a recorded video because that's not the focus of this video. So if y'all would like to get me to do, if you would like for me to give you a video on this, drop your, what can I say? Either drop a remote control or a number 2 in the chat so that I know y'all want a game video on this case in case you missed it. Okay. Now I know a lot of people remember it. I see a lot of people saying they remember. I also see that there is 113 people with 182 people watch. Can we get some likes? Can we get a like check? Oh, 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 no music. No Henny. No Henny. No Henny. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Hey, I get the likes up. I get the likes up. I get the likes up. Hey, no Henny. Till the likes up. No Henny. Till the likes up. Okay, can somebody tell me where we at now? We have 187 people in this live. Can we get the likes to 150 at least? Somebody keep an eye on those likes and let me know when we hit 150. We at 142, 137. I need to know where the likes are. Where's the likes at? Can we get them to 150? Okay, so y'all do want me to do a video on the case itself minus this. Well, I'll add this information. We at 149. All right, can we get the likes up? Hey, can we get the likes up? Hey. Okay, so I'm seeing 156. All right. All right. So now, Miss Priscilla decided that she was going to go do a press run, okay? And I'm going to let her tell you what happened because it's a lot. Wait a minute. Let me check what time we at. Because if we're not at the 10-minute mark, baby, I can't let her talk because she gets a little vulgar. Oh, we at the 12-minute mark. Okay, so let's go on ahead. Okay, we're going to go on ahead and we're going to pull up Miss Priscilla, right? Because Miss Priscilla, shout out to This Is 50 on YouTube, okay? Because that's where we're getting this little tidbit of information from. But let me put my watermark up there. Gotta get a watermark. Gotta get my watermark. So we're going to play a little bit of what Priscilla had to say regarding this matter when she went on an interview for This Is 50, okay? And she talks about the essay allegations that happened when it came down to the game. So again, shout out to This Is 50 here on the YouTuber. Okay, let me check this. Let me make sure that I got my watermark. I don't like the way that watermark looks. So let me adjust the camera. Let me adjust the layout. I'll use that for something else. But let's adjust the layout because I need the watermark. I need the watermark, darling. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. My apologies. Sorry, not sorry. All right. So let's listen as Priscilla. Child. Priscilla gives her account of things during this interview.
She's got game.
She's got game. Let's talk about it. You're about to sue Mr. Game for an undisclosed amount. Yes.
Let's get to the meat and motherfucking potatoes.
Suing this. Are you gonna get money from this motherfucker?
Yo.
He said, I will never pay anybody.
And I'm saying this to him. You are giving me $10 million.
Let's go. Who's gonna?
Now, the crazy part is the lawsuit, the judge ruled in her favor for $7 million. I will give you the exact amount. And we will continue on. We have 207 people in here, 168 likes. Can we bring that up to 175, 180, somewhere around there? Can we get the likes up? Oh, L Boogie, just you wait, because you hold on to your seatbelts, baby, because we finna be on a bumpy ride, okay? 172, let's get 3 more likes up in here. I mean, technically, I could ask for the full 200 because everybody should be liking the video on their way in. You're here because you're interested in the content. At least give a like. Nobody's going to know you liked the video. Like, it doesn't even tell me so-and-so liked your video. It doesn't tell me that. So if you're here to just lurk, you could still at least like the video. It helps me in the algorithm. And if you don't want to like the video, you could hit my Cash App or my Venmo. That's always an option for the lurkers, okay? Where we at? Okay, a gold digger says we done hit 175. I'm going to play a little bit more. Let's go.
I'm going to give you $10 million.
Jason motherfucking Taylor.
Also known as
The Game.
Let's go.
It's giving me $10 million.
And why is he going to give?
Never mind.
Why is he giving you $10 million?
This nigga's giving me $10 million because I'm probably the first female that ever stood up for his disrespectfulness.
To
the mic.
How did he disrespect? Yeah, how did he disrespect you for the people that are?
Now, I have to give a warning. The following portion of programming may be triggering, and it also contains some graphic language. Okay? Let's put the warning out there. It contains some content that some may find disturbing. This is a trigger warning. Okay? So if you are triggered, please exit and then come back later.
Unaware. Because we got to build this case.
I think everybody else is already aware of what's going on because they probably hate me for it because I let everybody know that he sexually assaulted me.
What?
And this is real. And
And?
he also attacked me, and this is caught on camera. And let me say this right now, and I'm gonna say it right now. But 51 Minds, if it ain't real, why y'all offer me money?
Okay. So I think that is okay, I'm not going to play that part. I'm just going to say the part out loud on the camera for y'all. So what she is alleging is that the game, Jason Taylor, I guess was at a performance or a club, and they were dancing, and he kept touching under her skirt. I'm not a lurker, but you doing your thing. Thank you, CJ. I know you're not a lurker, baby. Thank you. We are at 188 likes. Get those likes up to 200, guys. Come on, y'all can do it. So now she says that he lifted up her dress, touched her bare bottom, and touched her tussie cat. Tussie roll. The punanter. He touched her bare punanter and jiggled her lady bags in front of a whole crowd of people, not for his own pleasure. Okay? She says they got into an argument on the bus, on the show, regarding this. He grabbed her by the tussie cat, by the punanter. So she did this lawsuit and won $7 million. Now, I don't know if this is what Nicki Minaj was talking about when she said that $1 million. $1 million. Cause all he wanna do is touch it. Okay, that's not funny. But the song, when I first read that, popped into my head like, damn, she got that $1 million punanter. Because she done got $7 million for him touching her punanter. Child. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Okay? Can we get a like check? Now, I was looking because I do remember the game did an interview on the Breakfast Club where the game said that she was never going to see a dime. 5 more likes. Can we get 5 more likes, y'all? Can we get the likes to 200? He said she'll never see a dime of this. And guess what? She wasn't. She's seen a couple of dimes, okay? She wasn't at first, but she done seen a couple of dimes, okay? Now, what we finna get into right now is we finna get into the documents. Henny Glasses in the chat if y'all ready for the documents, but I ain't pulling up these documents until until we get the likes up to 200. So talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nicely. Talk to me nice. Give me the likes, yeah. Now, see, the people's down there in the comments. They ready. They ready. So y'all not putting the likes up to 200. Y'all holding the process up. They finna get mad at y'all in a minute if y'all don't get them likes up. Gold Digger, where we at in the likes, baby? We at 199. We need one more like. One more again. Where them likes is at? Whoop, there it is. Can we confirm it's at 204? Gold Digger. Gold Digger is saying we are still standing at 199. Nicolina says 200. Goddess with the scoop says 200. They're saying 200, 201, 203. Gold Digger 201. Okay, so we hit the 200. Congratulations to y'all because y'all want this hinted tea. Y'all want the hinted tea. Okay, so now let's pull these docs. Let's pull these docs because how is it that she gets awarded this funding yet she don't see a dime? Well, baby, enter in Wack 100. This is where the shady dealings of Wack 100 comes into play because let me see if y'all can see that good. Let me see if y'all can see that good. Let me do a check on all of that. Do I have my stuff up? I do have my stuff up, but I don't think we're going to use this screen because I do not like where this is sitting at right now. So hold on one moment, y'all. Let me get my screen together because this ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. Okay, we're going to use that one. And then we're going to go on ahead over here. And we're going on. Now, if you're new here and you don't know how this goes, when I'm reading documents, I am not reading comments. So please do not get upset if I take a minute to get to your comment or if your comment gets overlooked. I do appreciate everyone that interacts because the interaction helps me in the algorithm and it helps keep the channel strong. You know what I didn't do, y'all? I never shared this to IG. So just bear with me a second as I do that because I know some of the IG family says they don't get their notifications. So while I'm doing that, let me explain to you what is going on here, okay? What is going on here is the game is signed to Wack 100. We all know that. He was signed to Wack 100. This lady had a lawsuit, and of course, Wack 100 inserted himself into said lawsuit under the guise of being the game's manager. What were the shady practices that he did is what we're going to get into. So please understand that while I am speaking on the game's case, please understand the game is not the focal point of this video. The shady dealings of Wack 100 is the premise of this video. But as I explained to everybody, somebody is going to catch a stray. And today, the stray goes to the game. All right, y'all. Don't do that. Anyway, so as you can see, Priscilla Rainey, which is the young lady that we saw in the video, Priscilla is suing JCon, aka The Game. She is suing JTT Holdings, LLC, F12 and Associates, LLC, Fifth Amendment Entertainment, Inc., Pass Go to Win, LLC, and Cash M. Jones. And these are the charges against him. Well, against them. Alter ego liability, voidable transactions pursuant to California Civil Procedure Section, conspiracy to commit voidable transactions. Okay? Conspiracy to commit voidable transactions. Now, Cash Jones is Wack, you guys. For those of you who do not know, Cash Jones is Wack, okay? So Jones and Taylor is Wack. and the game. Now, this case started in 2015. Okay, just a little refresher. This case started in 2015. This right here, this case, this right here was in court 9/13 of 2021, and we are in 2024. I do have an update in 2023 that I will pull for you guys. But basically, okay, so it goes into the parties. This is the judgment that she got on November 18, 2016. The U.S. District Court in the Northern District of Illinois entered a judgment against Taylor in favor of Rainey for $7,130,000, $7,130,000 and $100. Okay, so the girl basically, got 7.1 million and some change. A little change on there. Okay. Before the judgment was entered, Taylor has fought tooth and nail to avoid being held accountable for his actions. Indeed, Taylor, which is the game, has consistently employed myriad evasive tactics before, during, and after trial. Okay. Most of which were meticulously documented in the U.S. Court of Appeals. Okay. On the date of this complaint, Rainey has collected. So as of the date of this complaint, she collected $258,058.33 from his royalties. So if you don't know, what had happened was she was awarded his rights and royalties. Like all his royalties that were, supposed to go to him, they go to her. Okay. Which represent approximately 3.62% of the principal of the judgment. Okay. But most of the judgment remains unsatisfied as $6,872,041.67 is still outstanding as of the date of this. Okay. This right here document goes into all of the charges that were brought up against him. May 25th of 2016, Rainey's trial counselor took the deposition of Jones, which is Wack 100, in the underlying action. Jones is Taylor's manager. According to Jones' testimony in his 2016 deposition, Jones was Taylor's sole manager since approximately 2014. Now I'm gonna circle back to this. So put a pin in that. Remember, 2014. Put a pin in that. All right, remember that. And Taylor's management team, and was on Taylor's management team for 6 years prior to being his sole manager. So prior to becoming his sole manager, he's saying I was on his team 6 years before that, baby. He said when asked at the deposition what he did in his capacity as Taylor's manager, Jones responded as follows: everything from his day-to-day to his mortgages, to his record deals, to his flights, to his ground support. I mean, whatever. I book his shows, maintain his publishing contracts. I mean, you name it, A to Z. Jones has a record label by the name of Fifth Amendment Entertainment, Inc. Okay. Although Jones incorporated a company by the name of Fifth Amendment Entertainment, Inc. in California in 2007, the last statement of information was filed in 2010. As a result, that company has currently been suspended. Okay. Subsequently, on or about August 25th, 2015, Jones incorporated a similarly named company, Fifth Element Entertainment Inc. in Florida. Y'all remember this right here, okay? In his deposition in 2016, Jones testified under oath regarding the following for Fifth Amendment. I'm paraphrasing now. So what happens when I do business is what happens when I do business, it is going to be between Fifth Element and that company. And then I establish a contract between Fifth Amendment and the artist. Game as an independent artist. So how is it that let me shut up. Anyway, he is not tied in or assisted or assigned to nobody. Even E1 Music. E1 has a joint venture with my company, a contract game for the projects. Once the project gets rolling, then I fall into my management position. But listen, let's get one thing straight. This is what Wack said. Now listen, this sounds real fishy to me. I'm right here. Let me pull it up. I'm right here. But listen, let's get one thing straight. You will never find a contract between nobody and Jason Taylor direct. How is that possible? So is he not under contract? I'm confused. Or do you mean Peoples? You will never find the Peoples. So now in this document, as we go on to read this, JTT Holdings LLC. Let's start there. JTT Holdings LLC. And if you know some of this, please let me get the story out. JTT Holdings is the games company. It's his LLC. He's the sole owner, sole operator. He's the only one that deals with JTT Holdings, okay? It says on here, moreover, two of Jones' companies, Fifth Amendment and Precise Auto Transportations Inc., entered into several contracts with Entertainment One, which is E1. Now, E1 is in charge of the game's royalties. So explain to me this. This is where the shady shit start coming in, y'all. How is it that Precise Auto Transportation, now we know Fifth Amendment has to deal with the music, right? Precise Auto Transportation Inc. entered into several contracts with Entertainment One for services of Jason Taylor, which is the game, collectively. E1 is an entertainment company which, among other services, distributes music and provides royalties to the artists. So now there's already one interception happening right there between his two companies. Okay? According to post-judgment discovery obtained by Rainey on June 11, 2016 and November 3rd, 2017, E1 paid approximately $905,000 to Jones through Fifth Amendment via a VS check and or wire transfer that was specifically referenced the game. These monies paid by E1 to Jones were not for services that were performed by Jones, but rather were monies that were owed for Taylor's services. Jones and Taylor conspired to hide the judgment collection efforts and have hundreds of thousands of dollars that would otherwise belong to Taylor be paid to Jones. Do y'all see what's happening here? Henny glasses in the chat if y'all see what's happening here. Now, I know a couple of y'all was already in the comments talking about, oh, he has shell companies and doing this, that, and the third. But do y'all know the story? I'm giving you the story, sweethearts. Okay? Now, okay, so we don't read that. So now let's get into the JTT Holdings LLC, because all of this ties in together. Let's get them likes up to 250, y'all, because we had 235 and we got 264 viewers. So let's get them likes up, please, and thank you. Let me do something real quick. I just want to check on my audio because sometimes my audio be sounding a little to me. Just to me. It probably don't sound like that to y'all, but it sounds a little to me. What is going on here? Okay. What is going on here is the game. Decide. So okay. It does sound a little to me, but it's all right. It's not bad. Rico needs to tap on Wack's shoulders. Listen, baby, we at 243, 246. Gold Digger says we at 246. Can we get 4 more likes in the chat? Absolutely. They are big. Now, see, this is the thing. Like I said, I know some of y'all was already talking about, oh, he hiding the money. He hiding the money. But I'm about to tell you how they hiding this money and how much they hiding the money. Because there's rumblings about this, but nobody ever got into the details of all of this. And I'm finna get into all of the details with all of this. Up, we need one more. Gold Digger has said that there's 249 likes. Can we get one more? Is there one more in the house tonight? Can we get one more like so I can continue? Okay, we seeing 250 gold. Can you confirm it's at 250 or you confirm? Because I'm seeing 251 too. Let's go, y'all. I'm trying to see where we at, baby, because, you know, I got to stop every now and again. I got to stop every now and again. Up, thank you for the Cash App, Evelyn. I appreciate that. Okay, we had 252. Go and score. So let's continue and carry on with all of this, and let's find out exactly what happened. Okay, so Taylor also received direct income from Jones through Fifth Amendment through Taylor's wholly owned Nevada limited liability company defending JTT Holdings, LLC. On or about November 16, 2014, Taylor opened at least 2 accounts at Wells Fargo under the name JTT Holdings, LLC. The account opening application states that Taylor, the game, is the sole owner of JTT Holdings and that the description of JTT Holdings business is name branding. Okay? Account statements for JTT Holdings account at Wells Fargo reveal that Taylor uses JTT Holdings accounts to pay for personal expenses. So he's funneling his money, the game is funneling his money through this Holdings LLC company to pay off his personal bills. That means to pay his light bill, to pay his car notes, to pay for his food, to pay for his clothes. This is where that money is going instead of into his personal account, okay? To everybody who was just joining, what's popping? If you are new here, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell. Select all so that you know when I do a video. Okay, now let's get back into it. All right, from January 19th, from January 2019 to December 2019, that's for a whole year, the whole year of 2019, Jones, through Fifth Amendment, transferred $649.80 to JTT Holdings at the Wells Fargo account. I'm going to read that again. For the whole year of 2019, Jones, Wack, through his company, Fifth Amendment, transferred $342,649.80 to JTT Holdings, the game, through his Wells Fargo account. Baby. Now, allegedly, let's throw that up in there just for spice. Allegedly, okay? Allegedly. All right. The legal okay, so now we get into the property. We get into the property now, right? Now, y'all listen, because there's some shady going on with the property too, baby. Okay, let's get into it. While Rainey's enforcement efforts were ongoing, the game, JTT Holdings and Wack conspired to deprive Rainey of collection monies by fraudulently transferring Taylor's interest in JTT Holdings to Jones. And the property located at, and I'm sorry, I did not block that out, Mulholland Highway in Calabasas. Now, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Henny Glasses in the chat. If y'all remember that Adam 22 video that he did, where they was talking about being in Calabasas, and Wack said, I own a home in Calabasas. Now, for y'all content bandits, don't y'all go out there stealing that video from me before I can find it, okay? Because I know where it is. It's somewhere in my history, but don't y'all go stealing that, all right? Let me have a little glory, just a little bit. I'm just asking for a little glory, okay? Yes, baby. Well, this home, the game's home, was in Calabasas, California, okay? So, they transferred the property from JTT Holdings to Jones. Both of these transfers are avoidable as described below because they were made in actual attempt with an actual intent to hinder, delay, or defraud Taylor's collectors, including Rainey. Now, we're going to get into the exhibits because, baby, I got the exhibits A and B. Okay, we got the exhibits, baby. Okay, so legal description of property is attached to Exhibit A. At all material times through the present, Taylor has resided and currently resides at the property. In addition to paying Taylor's legal fees, Jones, through Fifth Amendment, also paid for Taylor's mortgage on the property, most certainly utilizing the monies the game collected on behalf Wack collected on behalf of the game. Thank you for the super chat. In addition to paying Taylor's legal fees, I already read that, okay? So he's paying his legal fees. He's paying his mortgages out of his money. Who that sound like to y'all? Y'all tell me down in the chat where we heard this before. Because, baby, I know y'all know. So y'all tell me down in the chat where we heard this before. All right. So on or about September 25th, there y'all go. Y'all know it. Okay. Y'all seeing the pattern? Are y'all seeing the pattern? Because I seen the pattern, baby. As soon as I was reading, I said, wait a minute. We done heard it all before. Okay, so now let's continue to read because you know what? I got a little while before I got to go see Jonathan and he can go nail me out. All right, so on or about September 25th, 2017, Taylor, the game, took out a mortgage to purchase the property. The principal amount of the loan was $1,731,000. The purchase price of the property was $2,885,000, excluding closing costs. According to uniform residential loan application executed by Taylor, the property was to be held under the name JTT Holdings. However, Taylor remained liable on the mortgage. So he done put the money. Hey, welcome to the Henny Gang. Oh, welcome to the Henny Gang. Hey, welcome to the Henny Gang. He done purchased the house. He done purchased the house under his LLC, which is not illegal to do. Because you can purchase a home underneath your business name. However, you must have a space. Like, this is my office space. You must have a space within the home that you are operating that business out of. There has to be a certain amount of space that's dedicated to the business in order for it to swing as both a business and a residence. At least that's how it is in New York. I don't know about Cali because Cali be having some weird stuff going on, so I ain't sure. But, okay, y'all remember that. The house is under JTT Holdings. Okay, it sounds like some Trump-ish. Okay, from the grabbing them in the punanter to this crap. It sounds like some Trump stuff. Okay, we trumping it. Oh, can we get 10 more likes, y'all? Because I see we had 279 views with 269 likes. Can we get the likes up? Oh, can we get the likes up? Anyway, let's continue to read on because, we want to get to the goody good. So the deed of trust among JTT Holdings as the borrower, okay, California TD Specialist as trust, and the Evergreen Advantage LLC as the lender was executed on behalf of JTT Holdings by Jason Terrell Taylor, sole member, sole manager, which means there's nobody else at the company. Just him. Yes, Pamela, we know. We getting to it, honey. We getting to it. Okay. And I'm not laughing because this is funny. I'm laughing because it's shameful. This is shameful, low down, dirty work. Now, Fifth Amendment was not a party on the mortgage, the deed of trust, or any other loan agreement in connection with the property. So Fifth Amendment had nothing to do with the purchase of this home, okay? Nevertheless, Jones, through Fifth Amendment, repeatedly paid Taylor's mortgage. In March of 2018, FCI Lender Services, Inc. produced certain documents in response to a subpoena issued by Rainey in the underlying action that shows Fifth Amendment made mortgage payments on October of 2017, January of 2018, and February of 2018, and that said payments were applied to the JTT Holdings loan. Again, Fifth Amendment likely utilized the monies it collected on behalf of the game. Moreover, bank statements for Fifth Amendment's account at JP Morgan Chase shows that Fifth Amendment paid Taylor's monthly rent for the property for several years. Plaintiff is informed and believes that these monies were paid for out of money that was collected on behalf of the game. Now, Fifth Amendment assists Taylor, Jones, Wack, and Fifth Amendment assist the game in transferring or conveying his assets to defraud, hinder, or delay Rainey's judgment enforcement efforts. Where we at, y'all? Where we at in the likes? Okay, thank you for that update, Gold Digger. Okay, so y'all want to keep the party going. Welcome to the Henny Gang. Hey, welcome to the Henny Gang. Oh, welcome to the Henny Gang. All right, so now we finna get into all of this goody gun drops right here. All right. Y'all ready? Henny Glass is in the chat if y'all are ready. Am I pouring it up for y'all? Am I pouring today or am I pouring? Now, by way of grant deed dated August 6th, 2019, shortly after the District Court of Central District of California entered an order against defendants' rights to receive payment from Sound Exchange, which is the other one. Because remember, we got E1 and then you got Sound Exchange that is paying for the royalties. Okay, they pay the royalties. Taylor transferred ownership of the property from his wholly owned holding company, Sham, alter ego entity, defended JTT Holdings, to Jones. Transferred ownership of the property from JTT Holdings to Wack 100. No documentary transfer taxes were paid because JTT Holdings claimed the conveyance was a bona fide gift and the grantor received nothing in return. Now, see you later, baby. I love you. You look cute. Now, that means the game gifted Wack his house. I don't think y'all hearing me. Get them Henny glasses in the chat. If you hear me, put an ear in the chat. If you hear me, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? The game gifted him his his house to keep her from taking possession of that house or using it to go ahead and satisfy her debt. This is what I'm saying. This shit get deep. This shit get deep, baby. Let me watch my mouth. Okay, we trying to watch our mouths. I got the Okay, Ryder. He's smart, but he ain't that smart because he got caught. Thank you, Dolores, for the Cash App. Thank you, Jenkins, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dominican Queen, for the Cash App. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all. Let's continue to pour. Moreover, on November 15th of 2019, The Game assigned his trademark, The Game, to Wack's company, Pass Go to Win LLC, according to articles of organization. Pass Go to Win gives the address. He gave his trademark, The Game, to Pass Go to Win LLC, which is Wack 100's company. So not only did he gift him his house, he sold the trademark to The Game. He gave the trademark, to Wack under his company. You can't tell me that JCon came up with this shit on his own. You can't tell me that JCon came up with this stuff by himself. See, this is what I was saying. I was saying, y'all know the story. Y'all might have heard about it, but y'all don't know how deep this go. Let me tell the story, baby. Let me tell the story. Okay? Let me tell the story. That's why I said you got to get into the documents. Okay? On September 3rd, 2019, Taylor opened a bank account at Wells Fargo Bank in the name of Delaware company F12 and Associates LLC. Now The Game then opened up another shell company, F12 and Associates LLC. According to the account opening application, The Game claims to be the sole owner and the owner with control of the entity F12. On December 31st, 2019, Jones, through Fifth Amendment, transferred $169,800 to F12's account. Subsequently, on March 20th of 2020, see how we come in current? Of 2020, Fifth Amendment transferred $61,781 to F12. These monies transferred by Jones are more than likely monies collected on behalf of Taylor. Now they go into showing you the transactions, okay? Jones, through Fifth Amendment, deposited Taylor's income in a newly crafted F12 account in a concerted attempt to defraud, hinder, or delay Rainey. Based on the foregoing, on August 26th of 2020, the District Court of the Central District of California entered an assignment order against Fifth Amendment. See the minutes. Okay, so we're going to see the minutes. Taylor floated the judgment assets by Jones. I think that's enough information for y'all. I think I'm done for the day. All right, y'all. Y'all know what I say. Y'all have a good one. Y'all ready for me to go? Or y'all want me to stay? Y'all done for the day? Or y'all want me to keep going? Can you keep going? Y'all said, oh, hell no. Okay, y'all know I got to lighten the mood up just a little bit. Okay, I got y'all. All right, I ain't going nowhere. Henny gonna keep going. All right, let me take a little swig. You got 45 minutes left, girl. That's more than enough damn time. Let's get into it. Let me put my glasses back on. In addition to Taylor's repeated evasive tactics before, during, and after trial, Taylor has repeatedly floated his obligations flouted his obligations to pay Rainey. For example, on or about November 12, 2019, Taylor participated in an interview where he stated, these are quotes, "It's funny to me how a MF ineligible be like, oh, Game lost $7 million to a B. That B don't got a dime," he continued. "It's some lying B making up a story. That ish is effing crazy because I had a dentist appointment and I missed court. That judge would give a B like that a judgment for $7 million. In response to a comment by recovering Taylor's royalties, Taylor scoffed, "Oh yeah, how I look. You know, you see how I came. We good, man. I'm not giving that B nothing." Okay. In addition, on or about April 18th, 2020. Now, this is how they flaunting it out in the public. Oh, we got the likes to match the views. That is beautiful. Thank you. Y'all are awesomely, amazingly beautiful people. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. That means y'all really enjoying this content. So, in addition, on or about April 18th, Taylor posted a picture, which has since been deleted on his Instagram account, Los Angeles Confidential, in which the game appeared to be laying on his couch while watching the Netflix series Tiger King, while multiple stacks of cash appeared laid out covering Taylor's media console. A true, correct copy of the April 18th picture is attached in Exhibit B. We got Exhibit B too. Don't worry, we're going to get to it, okay? The picture posted by Taylor was accompanied by the following: "People out here dying from Rona, and blogs out here creating false narratives for this Waffle House roach," referring to Rainey, "who doing anything her thirsty can try and take from me. He's broke. She got all his money. What he gonna do now? Better go record another album, etc. Y'all been saying she got $7 million for 7 years, yet here I am laid up tipsy off my 5th quarantini watching Tiger King. They'll find Carol Baskin's husband before she ever gets a penny from They'll find Carol Baskin's husband before she ever get a penny from under my seat. Coming up next, a stop by the bank to dump this ish off." Baby, I tried to hold it, okay? I thought I got it all out my system last night when I saw that, because I hollered when he said they'll find Carol Baskin's husband before she get a penny from under my seat, okay? Anywho, this is the online taunting, okay? On the same day, Mr. Jones posted a picture on his Instagram, Wack 100, which in response to a blog report that Taylor had lost his royalties for the Born to Rap album, Mr. Jones stated, "Last time I checked, Wack 100 owned all royalties to Born to Rap, and I don't owe the B a dime. When the CDC, I don't know, has their number, who knows, maybe I might lose a dice game one day. But as of right now, today, it'll be right here in my little old portfolio." A true correct copy of Jones's April 18, 2020 Instagram post is attached to Exhibit C. Guess what? We got Exhibit C. All right. In his 2016 deposition, Wack admitted he had an Instagram account underneath the name of Wack 100. Thank you, Tasha. I appreciate you. Now this goes into how the game is the sole member of the JTT Holdings, and JTT Holdings is not an operating company. JTT Holdings is a mere shell company that Taylor used to hold title to the property and uses to shield his personal property from creditors, including Rainey. Taylor and JTT Holdings commingle their funds and assets. Indeed, Taylor uses or has used the JTT Holding account to pay for personal expenses, to receive income related to his musical career, to take out mortgage on the property, and to own the property where he resides. Thus, JTT Holdings is simply a shell or a conduit for Taylor's affairs. Taylor uses JTT Holdings to hinder, delay, and defraud creditors. For example, Taylor purchased the property on or about September 21st, 2017 through JTT Holdings in an attempt to hide the transaction from Rainey and the creditors. Recognizing JTT Holdings' separate existence would work a fraud or injustice upon Taylor's creditors, including Rainey, because Taylor engaged in the following conduct. Taylor commingled company funds and used the monies of JTT Holdings to pay for his own personal expenses. Taylor utilizes JTT Holdings merely as a shell entity to hold title to property while Taylor continued to reside at the property. Rainey is informed and believes, and thereon alleges, that Taylor continuously disregarded the corporate formalities of JTT Holdings. Taylor did not respect the separate company existence of JTT Holdings. Rainey therefore seeks judgment from the courts, declaring JTT Holdings obligated for Taylor's debts to Rainey as an alter ego of Taylor. So basically what that means is, I'm coming after your company because you're using that company to hide your money. So now I'm coming for the company too. Okay, she says the same thing about the other company. This is the F12 company. It's basically the same thing that she says in there. Okay, voidable transactions pursuant to California Civil Procedure section. Okay, this is Rainey versus Jones, JTT Holding, and Taylor. Okay, and she begins to break this stuff down. Okay, how Taylor refused to comply voluntarily with the judgment, and how on September 21st he purchased this home, and how they spent and shared. And basically, this is just a breakdown of everything that we just read. Okay, voidable transactions. Rainey incorporates all preceding paragraphs as if stated in the herein. On November 18th, Rainey was obtained a judgment for the $7 million, right, for an SA lawsuit against the game. The game transferred refused to comply voluntarily, and the judgment to date remains at $6.8 million and some change. Okay, she goes down and she alleges everything all over again about how this was moved from here to there. On March 2nd of 2018, he became the sole member and sole manager of JTT Holdings. The transfer of Taylor's membership interest in JTT Holdings to Jones shall herefore be referred to as an LLC transfer, because yes, that's right. He did transfer the LLC to Wack 100 as well. LLC transfer was made with the actual intent to hinder and delay and defraud Taylor's creditors. Okay, the value of the consideration received in exchange for the LLC transfer was not reasonably equivalent to the value of the LLC transfer. The LLC transfer occurred either before or after a substantial debt was incurred by Taylor. Rainey is informed and believes, therefore alleges, that at the time of the LLC transfer, the gains, debts, and obligations were beyond his ability to pay. Rainey is informed and believes that therein allegations that nothing of value was received by Taylor in exchange for the LLC. Okay, now here we go. Rainey versus Jones, pass to go, and Taylor. Pass, go to win. I'm sorry. That's one of Wack's shell companies, all right? Rainey incorporates all preceding paragraphs. On November 18th of 2016, Rainey obtained a judgment in the amount of $7 million. We know that. Taylor refused to comply. We know that. On or about November 15th of 2019, Taylor assigned his trademark to the game, to Jones through the company Pass to Go. Okay, so y'all know that already because I've already read that. All right. So now let's get down in here to Exhibit A real quick. Exhibit A. This is a grant deed. And remember, it said that it was exempt from all fees recorded concurrently in connection with the transfer of real property that is a residential dwelling. This is for the game's home. Okay. And as y'all can see, this is in Calabasas. Okay. Grant deed or transfer exempt from taxes for the reason the conveyance is a bona fide gift and the grantor received nothing. You see this? That says Cash Jones. But it's crazy because right above him is JTT Holdings, LLC, a Nevada limited liability company. And this was done on August 6th of 2019. Okay? The land referred to herein below is situated in the county. This is for the land. This is for the land that the house sits on. So he didn't just gift him the house, he gifted him the land. And this is sealed in Los Angeles, May 5th of 2020. That was just 4 years ago. Okay, now here go some of these posts from him that were talked about. People out here done from the Rona, and he posting all this money. Remember? And this is the picture where he talked about he was laid up watching The Lion King. This is all the money up here on the console underneath the TV. Y'all see that? Y'all see this? And there goes what I read to y'all. And there goes his home and all his cars. Baby, those are all his assets. Those are all his assets. Exhibit C, the game loses record label and Born to Rap royalties to Priscilla Rainey as part of $7 million essay judgment. Now you see who posted this, right? You see who posted this right here? See, I told y'all, I got the exhibits. Now, again, this was not about the game. This was about Wack 100. And unfortunately, the game caught astray. To an extent. Because at the end of the day, here's my thing. Somebody had to show him how to do this. Shots fired at Wack 100 right now. Somebody had to show him how to do this. He didn't just come up with this on his own. And the crazy part about all of this is we've heard all of this, heard it all before. When he talks about Blueface. Why, in fact, just recently, didn't he make mention of how he made it happen for Blueface to get the house that he has now when the mama was questioning and saying that Wack owned the house, but Blueface was just paying for it? And hasn't he made mistakes and slipped up and said, I pay the bills at that house? Yes, Nicolina, his wife is involved in. Y'all got to remember, his wife is in real estate. It really makes me wonder, and I'm not saying this to be funny, but it makes me wonder, is MILF Music a shell company? Because remember, we kept saying it was something about the MILF Music thing. And I got to go back and check my dates. But I'm almost sure MILF Music came into play after that $13 million lawsuit that Blueface caught. And as far as the taxes on Blue's house, the taxes were paid for last year. But I'm gonna share something. I wasn't gonna share this because I am planning to do a video on this. But I think I'm gonna share this because it lines up with all of this. Okay, well, no, I can't because I didn't send it to myself. So y'all gonna have to. Let me see if I can just send it real quick for y'all, so y'all can see it. Because the taxes have been paid on Blue's house prior, but he got taxes coming up again. His taxes is about due again. And I'm just curious, is Wack going to pay the taxes for the house? Especially when he done said all that he done said online when he done said it. Okay. I never believed that he put the house in Jaden's name. A lot of people have been speculating and saying that they believe that he put the house in Jaden's name. I don't believe that, because I do not see Blueface being comfortable enough with anybody. Not just Jaden, not just Krishan, any woman, especially after the way that his mama has displayed herself to behave, conduct, and carry herself. I don't see him trusting that type of stuff with any female. I see him trusting that with Wack 100 more so than anybody else for him to oversee it. But even in that, I think that that is a big mistake for him to do. But I'm finna pull this up so y'all can see what I see and understand where I'm coming from when it comes to this. Let me make sure that this is sitting properly. No, it's not sitting properly for me. I can't use that window. I just got to give it up. I can't use that window because, you know, whatever. If somebody got it, they fucking got it. It is what it is. I can't do nothing about that. But I can make sure the whole document is good. All right. So what we are looking at here is the taxes on Blueface home. Now, this is raw information. And I'm going to show y'all how I know what I know as well. But you see this here? The first installment is paid, right? That's the first installment, account number, the dot. The second installment on his home is delinquent if not paid by 4/10. That's in 8 days. And that's the amount that's owed. Now, y'all remember when his house was up for grabs and people was like, oh, he finna lose his house. I guess I got to send y'all that part too. But see, I kind of didn't want to send this because I kind of didn't want to put it all out there, put it on the floor. Because I'm still working on some stuff is still going on behind the scenes when it comes to this right here. Just so y'all know. But I know there'll be people out there that be trying to debunk old Henny. And they be out there, oh, she didn't show this and Henny and Henny and Henny. But old Henny got you. I'm waiting for it to come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. And there it goes. And there it is. Okay, so these are the receipts. All right. Now, the thing about it is, California, on these tax bills, they don't put the name on here. Okay, they don't put the name on here. So that's a problem. That is a problem. But I was just trying to show y'all. They do put the address though. They do put the address though, and everybody know Blue address. I mean, I'm not trying to leak the address, but the address is on the document. This is the actual tax bill. Those are the tax papers. Okay. It is for Juniper Springs. I do not want to show. Am I showing it? I hope I'm not showing it. Am I showing the address? I hope I'm not showing it. No, I'm not showing the address, but you can see where it says Santa Clara over here. Now, y'all can cross-reference this if y'all would like. I'm really not trying to expose. But that's the actual bills. And this is for the tax collector, for the house. Okay. And this says that it was due February 1st. But it says after April 10th, which is in 8 days, add a 10% penalty and $10 cost to it. So it don't look like it was paid as of yet. So now I'm curious if Wack 100 is going to take care of Blue's taxes for his home or not. Will Blueface come home to no home? Or will he be living with one of his baby mamas? There's been a lot of shady business that has been spilled. We got to see how far Wack is willing to go to bend and break the law to try to help one of his clients avoid paying debts. And I can't help but to wonder, are some of these tactics going to be employed when it comes down to Blue and this Nevada lawsuit with the club? Will they play these hide the asset games? Will they get away with it? And what's really going on with Fifth Amendment? Now, I got more information on Fifth Amendment because there's other lawsuits that involve Wack 100 and other parties. And I'm going to continue to be pouring up and giving y'all the hot henny on all of this information. In fact, y'all may just get another video later. But for now, if I get a tap on the shoulder, you know exactly who it was. But I'm going to continue to give y'all the hot henny on the topics that you guys love for me to pour up on. And if I can pull it in a court case, I'm going to pull it up here on the screen for you, because we go diving into the docks around here in this bar. And these docks, they were hot off the presses, and this was some scolding hot fresh henny right out the barrel. I hope that y'all enjoyed this information and that this shed a little light on Wack 100 for you. And you got a little insight into his business. Because while we know that he has done some shady business dealings, to actually see how it worked on paper was eye-opening, jaw-dropping. But I think it all let us see things in a different light. I think it showed us another side to somebody who we've already found to be very shady. And I know a lot of people know that there were shell companies being used, but not a lot of people knew how shell companies worked. So if you find yourself in a situation like this, where you're suing somebody and you're having a hard time collecting your debt, you may want to go into following the money trail, even through some of these companies. Because what I will say is, whoever Priscilla Rainey does have as her attorneys are definitely doing their job. Now, I'm giving you this, but I am not wrapping up, because I do have another tidbit of information for you guys. And this comes by way of an article that was done last year in 2023. I know it sounded like I was done, but I'm not. I'm not done yet. I'm almost done, but I'm not done yet. Now, this comes by way of hiphopdx.com. Shout out to them. You may want to check them out so you can get you some hot henny from over here too, because they be talking about it, baby. They be talking about stuff. All right. So now, let me get my screens together so that we can begin to read, honey, because we finna read this hot henny. And this is the latest update that I have found on this particular case, okay? This was written December 30th of 2023. So this was just a couple of months ago. Okay, so it goes on to talk about how the game, has an essay accuser, Priscilla Rainey, and that she won in her lawsuit. Okay, according to court documents obtained by Radar Online, Rainey went to court earlier this month to claim the rapper transferred many of his assets, including his home, to manager Wack 100 in the form of shell companies to avoid paying her what she won in the judgment. Okay. Both Rainey and Wack testified in the trial. The game did not, and that's because he claims that he had, that tooth thing going on. The judge, however, did not buy Wack 100's claims and sided with Rainey in the matter. According to the outlet, the judge set aside the transfer of the game's home to Wack 100 and declared the transfer rendered void in the extent necessary to satisfy the underlying judgment against the game. Following entry of his judgment, legal title shall be deemed to be held by JTT Holdings. So what does that mean? Rainey can now choose to put a lien on that house to satisfy the judgment, or she can sell it. Okay. And they're saying, which I don't believe that this amount is correct because we read something else. I don't know. Okay. But it says the game has only paid her $500,000 of the $7 million that he owes her. Now, I do know that y'all like, well, Henny, where's the court document for that? Baby, it's coming. Okay. I ain't got it right now, but it's coming. Relax. It's coming. I have multiple videos that I'm going to do on this. This is not the last one, okay? Yeah, this ain't the last one, sweethearts. This is all. We've only just begun, cause the digging's not over. I got a lot of Henny to give. Hey, we've only just begun, cause the pull is not over. We're gonna keep on pulling it. But I wanted to bring up the fact that update through that rap article, that rap news article, was December of 2023. The case started in 2015. That means that it has almost been 10 years. 2015? Almost 10 years. It's been almost 10 years that this girl has been fighting to get her money. And all she's gotten in these 9 years is $500,000. What does STG mean, Kristen? I don't know what STG means. And what are y'all talking about? Okay. Let me get back to this. What I was saying, I got sidetracked. Y'all know that I be getting distracted very easily. Okay. You being a paralegal, me being a paralegal, I don't know. I thought about it, but I don't know. But yeah, it's amazing how this has gone on for 10 years. For 10 years, they have been able. Oh, okay. This has been going on, and this woman hasn't gotten her money. She's still fighting. So whatever it is that they did, whatever it is that they're doing, even though it is in the courts and it's in the records, this has not been a closed case as of yet. You going to school to be an investigative journalist. I thought about it. So at the end of the day, it's going to be interesting to watch how all of this plays out. even when it comes down to Blueface and the things that he has going on with him. But my thing is this: how are these artists not signed to you, but signed to you? Unless you mean they're not signed to you as a person, as being Wack 100, and they're signed to Fifth Amendment. But we're going to get into Fifth Amendment. Oh, yeah. But that's going to be a recorded video available on Patreon first. And then I may make it available for over here. But my Patreon people, you will get that video on Fifth Amendment. And what is all of this? What is it? Who owns it? Who's the president of it? And when did it come into play? And how does this play a part when it comes down to the artist that we know for him to have dealt with? I will get into all of that in the next video. In the meantime, y'all know what I always say. Thank you for sharing time, space, and energy with me. I appreciate all of you. I take mine back and resend yours back in love and in peace. When you vibe high so that the bullshit don't stick. Remember that love is always love, y'all. And I will see y'all in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this content, because this has been a Henny Gang huge request. And I hope that I have delivered some hot Henny for you. Peace, y'all.